It seems that parents, I guess it's not just nowadays, but all throughout history, have felt that just because a child doesn't play with their toys, that they can just get rid of them. Whereas most of us as adults who collect have, I would assume, have a different opinion on such. So today, let's talk about not selling your children's toys. Toys. They are they were developed as means for children to have entertainment growing up. However, they quickly grew to become something more, which would be expressing one's personality or discovering one's personality. And that could go for things like Lego, Funko Pops, and today's subject, or the subject that started today, Power Rangers. This morning, I woke up and was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw a post in one of my Power Rangers groups. I won't put the poster's name in here, but the post effectively said, "Hi all. I joined because I am looking to sell my son's Power Ranger toys as he is 12 and hasn't played with them in years. I'm curious as to what the toys are reselling for. I'm not too familiar with names, but he also has a lot of Megazoids and versions that combine. I will post pictures later when I get up in the attic." First, it's not hard to pronounce Megazord. Zoids are a completely different franchise, but I'm not going to go into that. My point is that that was such a disgusting thing for me to read. Because as a collector and as someone who's lost my childhood toys only to never be able to relocate them or find other toys from my generation that I can afford. And mind you, it's not a secret that I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. Right back there. Um, and this is it hit me hard, pretty damn close because I've been in this situation, sort of. Because granted, my father never took any of my toys to sell them to make money. My dad respected his children much more than that. He knew that our toys were important to us no matter the age, and he left them alone. He knew that they were important to our development. He knew that they meant something to us because we wanted them for a reason. And especially when it came to my Power Rangers stuff, because out of the three kids that my dad had, my sister, she started playing Magic when she was 11, and she didn't stay in it for very long, and she kind of just grew up to be, well, let's just say she married out of the family, and our family never saw her since. My brother, uh, we don't talk much about my brother for reasons, but my brother didn't collect anything, but he was an avid biker. Like he loved to ride BMX bikes. And my dad bought him one when he was young. Like I think it was the year before Power Rangers came out. It wasn't a BMX bike, but it was a bike that he loved to play on, typical bike riding shit. And then the year after that, because it was a Power Ranger debut, I mean, that's when my personality started to develop. Because I didn't really have much outside of a happy-go-lucky kid who loved to play with lizards in a desert. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with that. But again, when it came to the toys thing, they helped us in general turn into who we are or who we would eventually be. They don't always stick with us. It's not a bad thing. Nothing wrong with it. But for some of us, they do. I mean, prime example. And not just prime example, but another prime example. The reasons why they stick with us is because the people, the actors, the characters stay with us. That's another reason we want the toys of them. They inspire us. We enjoy them. We want to be them. Again, why do you think I have one of these? But there are times when kids do tend to grow past the toys that they currently own, or past toys in general. Which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a part of growing up. But there are those who grow up to not only choose to keep the things we collected or gathered or were bought for us from our parents as kids, not just because, sentimentality or because we enjoyed having them through the years that we had them, but we also will eventually become parents ourselves. I have a new 10 or a new 9-month-old little girl who I have planned, well, not just plan on sharing Power Rangers with, I've already started. Like, this little girl loves looking at Power Rangers, or like watching Power Rangers on TV. She gets excited when the fights start. She loves looking at and playing with my toys. I mean, if I had unboxed Power Ranger stuff, she's just playing with my Pudgy Pig every time she's in my office. Which is funny. It's Pudgy Pig is specifically the only thing she goes after in here. Not even everything else. So, it is, and the thought of a parent selling their children's toys just because they don't play with them for a while as a kid, it baffles me why they think that they can do that. Like, prime example. I, as a child, somehow, say, make myself $5, spend it on something small. Say, back in the day, if my dad would have been a fan of Digimon. Say I would have spent $5 to buy my dad a Digivice. Okay? Now say my dad never touched it. Put it on a shelf. Like so. To never, ever be touched again. So far we're on the same concept. Outside of the age difference, of course. And then later on down the line, I'm a little older. I want money. And then I look at my dad's Digivice. Hey, he hasn't messed with his Digivice since he put it on the shelf. He doesn't need it anymore. So I reach off of his shelf, take his Digivice, and sell it. Because he didn't touch it for years. Question. Does that make me a thief? Because I took something that didn't belong to me, that was bought and given to someone else, and is in their possession. That's thievery, isn't it? Whether it be your child, a stranger, or the parent. Now, mind you, I understand that families go through hard times. Sometimes there's just no choice. Things have to be liquidated. And sometimes that struggle happens and it's not fair. That's one situation that can be understood. But even in a situation like that, the child has to be able to understand what's going on. Because if they don't understand, even if you say, our family is in trouble, we need help, and we need your toys to do this, if they're not old enough to understand that, then don't do it. Because all they're going to see is you taking something from them when they didn't do anything wrong, and they're never going to see it again and not understand why. Now, if your child is old enough and you come across one of these situations, which I hope no one ever does, it's going to happen, but I do not wish it upon you. Anyway, in a situation like this, and your child is old enough to understand, bring it up to them. Bring them into the conversation. They're not inept, let's put it that way. And just bring it up to, like, speak to them as an adult or as a person. Don't just take their things and say, hey, we need money, I'm taking your toys. You haven't touched them for a bit. You shouldn't have a problem with it. No, no, no. That is not how it should work, and you should be ashamed of feeling that way. Because I'll tell you something. They may not say it, but I guarantee they'll express it in one way or another. They will not be happy with you, and they won't be for a very long time. Even if they go back to their whole mommy daddy hugging stuff, they will still have it deep, deep in their minds that you took their things because you needed money or you wanted money. And you did not consider how they would feel both then and in the future about it. Granted, not every child will be this way. Not every child will feel this way. And that's not the point. The point is that it does make children feel this way, whether it's a majority, a minority, half, does not matter. I'm pretty sure this goes into the whole empathy argument where if you don't want it done to you, you don't want your shit stolen, don't steal someone else's shit. That includes your fucking children. Like seriously, don't sell their toys. Like, leave their toys alone. You never fucking know how much something's gonna be worth. This was $80 at first, and now it's over 100. My Tears of the Kingdom collector's edition, I bought for $90. It is now 140 after a year. Just, it's disgusting. And then I had somebody comment on my comment, and his comment was, so by your definition, every parent that has given toys to their child and that has outgrown since their infancy to store similar once upon a child. Anyway, whoa, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Like, so by your definition, every parent that has given their child or given toys to their child has outgrown since infancy to store similar to what I'm assuming. I'm assuming this guy means, so by your definition, every parent is stealing from their child when they outgrow their infant toys and sell them from storage. Get off your high horse, bud. One, my horse is too high to climb down. I need some assistance, and no thank you. My ponytail is big enough, and you can stay away from it. Second, my answer to that is still yes. Though there are some, I'll even say, arguments to the infancy toys section. But did you ever think that maybe your child, after growing up, would love to look at their old baby toys? Like when they're a toddler, or maybe when they're still 5 to 8 years old. Do you think they might still want to enjoy the younger parts of their youth? You ever think of that? Those little donut tower thingies where the kids take the multiple colored donuts off and then put them back on for motor skill development. Do you not think a kid's not going to enjoy that at 5 to 10 years old? I was 13 and enjoying those damn things. Or those little weird wire micro machine thingies that you would find at a doctor's office. My daughter has one of those and I play with it all the fucking time. My point is technically you are buying these toys for your child. They are not yours. Even as an infant. Even as, like, infant, toddler, child, adolescent, teen, all the way until they leave that house, everything you buy for them is theirs. And even after that, if something is bought for them, it is theirs. Leave it alone. Do you not have room in your storage? Either stop buying other things. I'm kidding, don't do that. Then, and at that point, if they've been in storage for a while, then your child must be coherent in some way. Speak to your child. Bring them out. Say, do you enjoy playing with this still? Do you not enjoy playing with this still? And then try to make some sort of decision that won't possibly make the child regret the conversation. I know, I'm going off the rails here because I'm starting to lose my argument when it comes to the infancy toys thing. But have you ever thought of, have you ever considered wanting to share your infant toys with your infant child? I wanted to. You know why I couldn't? Because my mother burned and destroyed everything because my dad divorced her. Again, not trying to make this about me. I'm trying to make this about all the kids out there who've had their parents take their things to sell just because they didn't touch them for a while, or because they think that they deserve money or need money and should be able to take their child's toys to do so. You have your own fucking property. You or sell it. Don't sell your child's things. That is not fair to them. It just enroots a thought process in them. Oh, maybe I should hide or audibly and specifically constantly state that this is so important that it cannot leave my possession, which no one should have to do. And mind you, even if you didn't grow up feeling this way, even if you don't know someone who grew up feeling this way, there are those who do feel this way. You're watching one. It's just, you never know what the toys or what the item holds in importance. It could be sentimentality. It could be memories. It could be inspiration. It could be a combination of all of that, or even others. You never know. You don't know what's in your child's mind, and you don't genuinely know just how important something is to one of them until you make the mistake of getting rid of it. And then they hold it from then on. Now, mind you, toward the end of this video, I am going to make it a little bit about me. The reason this hits so hard is because growing up, I didn't get. I mean, when growing up, my dad worked all the time. He was a truck driver. And my mother spent all of our money outside of bills. Because I don't know how. She was just barely responsible enough to pay bills, but not anything else beyond that. And that includes having to deal with us kids. And my dad tried so damn hard to give us things before my mother got the chance to get rid of our money, whether it be spending things on drugs or spending it on the guy she was cheating on my dad with, multiple of them. But we're gonna go past that. Like I was saying before, my sister, he tried supporting her by helping her with magic until she quickly moved on from that, and she basically developed on her own, and she kept to herself until she left us when she was 15. My brother, my dad tried his damnedest to make sure that he was happy, so he bought him his bike, and then when that was destroyed, he got him another bike. My brother loved to destroy the bikes. He loved to stunt. And then when it came to me, the only time I was able to be, I'm not even gonna say spoiled, but the only time I was able to acquire toys that I specifically wanted was after Power Rangers released in 1993. And my dad, he went balls to the wall, and my eighth birthday was a Power Rangers party. It was so awesome. I got the White Ranger Power Glove. I had the entire Power Blaster set, sword, daggers, lance, bow, and axe. I had myself a Blade Blaster. I even had a Red Ranger pajama set with a little Velcro hood thingy of the helmet. It was disgusting, but I loved it. And it's because he knew what all three of those things meant to all three of us. My mother, we're not talking about that. And then, as things went on, I realized my Power Ranger stuff went missing. Because by the time I was 9, I didn't have my Power Ranger stuff anymore. Like, it was all gone. I didn't break anything. I was careful with my toys. I've always enjoyed my toys. But, I didn't even get to play with my stuff for a year before it disappeared. And I never knew what happened. I'm not saying that my mother sold my stuff, because back then I don't think it was a huge thing to sell toys to make money. But the point is that they went missing and I never found them again. But my point is, after all this rant, is that as a parent, just because you bought them something doesn't mean you have control over it. I know generations have gone by and parents feeling like, I bought this for my kid, he deserves to be punished, so I'm getting rid of it. No. That just teaches your child that it's okay to steal from your family and not get punished for it. Just because you feel like you have authority because you bought something. It's the same like literally, it's the same fucking concept as them buying something for you, them getting mad at you, and then them selling what they bought for you. And just because you're an adult, that doesn't make it any different. And any of you who think that it does really needs to be rewired. Because as an adult, you aren't automatically better or more authoritative than your child when it comes to their property. Because they own it. You wouldn't like it if they did it to you. Don't do it to them. When it comes to the infancy or the toddler toys and stuff like that, I stand by what I said. They still belong to them. You bought it for them to play with as an infant. They should be able to choose what happens to it later on. So that's just my opinion. What do you think? Do you think parents have full control over the ability to steal and sell their children's belongings just because they need money or feel like being punished? Or do you feel like a child should be able to keep their toys? They can be taken away, sure, but keep them so when they grow up, they can make their own decisions. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and letting me rant. Remember to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and everything in the bottom corner tells you to do. This is Bad News Harris. Out.